Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. 90 Day Fiance Julia and Brandon suffer devastating death. 90 Day Fiance stars Julia Trubkina and Brandon Gibbs are among the struggling couples in the latest season of 90 Day, The Last Resort Season 2. Julia had issues with her husband's lack of income, while Brandon still couldn't move on from his wife's unfaithfulness. Fortunately, the two were able to get through their issues and recommit by the end of the season. However, the two are facing another heartbreaking situation as they have lost a loved one. Keep reading to see what happened. Julia and Brandon are back with their usual heartwarming posts on social media since recommitting in 90 Day, The Last Resort Season 2. The retreat has definitely helped them get their marriage back on track. However, the two have been dealing with so much stress over the past few weeks after their dog, Simba, suffered from a severe health condition. The dog's legs stopped working, and they were told by the vet that putting him to sleep would be the best option for them. Brandon and Julia did not lose hope. 2 days after their checkup, Simba began to eat by himself again and regained his energy. Julia added, "Now he is gaining strength, and we will do the second operation. I want to say thank you for the warm messages. I received thousands of words of support." But just days after the celebration, the 90 Day Fiance stars suffered from a heartbreaking loss. Julia Trubkina recently took to social media to share sad news about their dog's passing. According to the 90 Day Fiance star, their dog, Simba, had passed away. Julia cannot express in words how saddened she was about their loss. She added, "My best, beloved boy, you will always be in my heart. Thank you for being in my life. I don't know what I will do without you. I love you with all my heart, Simba." A reality. Oh, so sorry to hear about your love, Simba. I'm so sorry. It's been exactly 1 year today with our boy Kenny, and it's unbearable. May God bless him. My dogs passed away 10 and 11 years ago, and the pain will never go away. Rip Simba, hugging my fur babies extra tight right now. It's unbearable. Thinking about you too. Let it out, he was your boy. So sorry. He's in a better place now, running in a beautiful meadow. You were great parents, and he knew love. Julia Trubkina and Brandon Gibbs have yet to share if they're going back for another spin-off. The two were almost the only couple that recommitted in the resort. Julia has begun to embrace becoming a social media influencer. The 90 Day Fiance star has also been documenting her physical journey, while her husband, Brandon, works as a full-time pest control technician. Brandon has also uploaded photos of Julia spending time with his family, showing that their relationship has improved even more. If you are looking for more 90 Day Fiance news, come back to for all your updates. In a world where reality television has often blurred the line between scripted and real-life drama, fans of the hit show 90 Day Fiance were recently dealt a tragic blow that no one could have predicted. Julia Trubkina and Brandon Gibbs, one of the most beloved couples in the franchise's history, have suffered a devastating loss that has shaken both their personal lives and the hearts of their loyal supporters. What seemed to be a fairy tale romance, filled with optimism and excitement, has been overshadowed by an unimaginable tragedy. The couple, who captured the hearts of viewers with their journey from Julia's Russian origins to Brandon's quiet life on a farm in Virginia, have faced their fair share of challenges. However, nothing could have prepared them for the events that would change their lives forever. A quick recap of their journey. When Julia Trubkina first appeared on 90 Day Fiance, it was clear that her relationship with Brandon was full of promise. She had left behind her life in Russia, with dreams of starting anew in America. Brandon, a shy and kind-hearted farm boy, had already made a name for himself on the show as the guy who would do anything for the woman he loved. Their journey was filled with ups and downs. Brandon's conservative family, Julia's dreams of freedom and adventure, and the struggle to adjust to life in a new country. But through it all, the two maintained their love for each other, even when their reality seemed anything but glamorous. When they were married, the couple appeared to be on a path toward happily ever after, navigating the complexities of a cross-cultural relationship, differing expectations, and life on a farm. They were two distinct individuals with different personalities, but somehow they worked. Fans watched as Julia tried to adjust to the rural life, learning about the intricacies of farm work, while Brandon supported her every step that represented the enduring hope of 90 Day Fiance. A couple who had made it through all the adversity, stayed strong through their differences, and proved that love could conquer all. But no one could have predicted the dark turn their lives would take. The unthinkable tragedy. The details surrounding the heartbreaking event remain hazy, with the couple maintaining a privacy that only deepens the tragedy's gravity. What is known, however, is that a sudden, unexpected event shattered their world. Reports confirmed that Brandon's family was involved in a horrific accident. The farm, which had been the backdrop to so many joyful moments for Julia and Brandon, was struck by an unforeseen disaster that left the couple and those close to them reeling. In the aftermath, both Julia and Brandon were left to grieve the loss of their loved ones and try to make sense of a world that no longer seemed as bright as it once did. In interviews following the tragedy, Julia expressed the overwhelming sense of disbelief and sorrow that gripped her. "It feels like a bad dream," she said. "I never imagined something like this could happen to us, to our family. We've been through so much already, but this is something I don't know how to process." For Brandon, the loss was even more profound. Having already struggled with his personal identity and familial expectations throughout the course of the show, this tragedy has left him questioning everything he thought he knew about himself and his life. As he navigates the complicated web of grief, his once cheerful demeanor has been replaced with a stoic sadness that speaks volumes. "I'm just trying to take it one day at a time," Brandon confessed in a statement. "But some days, it feels like there's no way forward." A community in mourning. As news of the tragedy broke, fans of 90 Day Fiance from all over the world expressed their condolences and shared their support for the couple. Social media platforms were flooded with messages of love and strength. Longtime followers of Julia and Brandon's journey felt the loss as keenly as the couple themselves, having watched them grow over the seasons into a loving pair. From the moment Julia moved to Virginia to the eventual wedding, fans had witnessed a bond that transcended the ordinary, and this devastating turn of events left them questioning how something so senseless could strike at such a vulnerable moment. In the days following the accident, many fellow reality stars from the 90 Day Fiancé franchise reached out to express their sorrow. "Julia and Brandon are part of our family," said cast member Tiffany Franco. "My heart goes out to them during this unbearable time." Other stars, including Jovi Dufresne and Yara Zaya, offered their heartfelt condolences, sharing how deeply they had been affected by the couple's loss. While many fans have taken to social media to share memories and post messages of support, others have been left wondering how the tragedy will impact Julia and Brandon's future. As one of the more visible couples from the show, their story had resonated with viewers who admired their resilience and sincerity. With the spotlight now on them during their darkest hours, the road ahead is unclear. Yet, one thing remains certain: the couple's bond, tested by time and tragedy, may be their greatest source of strength. The future after the loss. It remains uncertain how Julia and Brandon will cope with this devastating blow, and whether they will continue to share their journey with the world. Reality TV has a way of bringing couples and families into the public eye, for better or worse, and the pressures that come with being on a reality show often strain relationships. But even as they face the painful road to recovery, one thing seems clear: Julia and Brandon's love story is far from over. Perhaps the most poignant message that has come from this tragedy is the reminder of the fragility of life. For all the ups and downs, the highs and lows that reality TV often focuses on, it is moments like these, moments of grief, that remind us of what truly matters: family, love, and the enduring strength of the human spirit. As Julia and Brandon begin the slow process of healing, fans around the world continue to send their thoughts and prayers. And while the future may seem uncertain, there is one thing that remains undeniable: their love for each other is a light that will never dim, no matter the darkness that surrounds them. In the end, love, like the couple themselves, is forever.